Do you know someone that's been in a multiple offer situation? Were they afraid of overpaying for the home? Check out this episode of Tom's Take right now to find out how to use escalation clauses and avoid the mistakes other people make so that you can get the property. Welcome to Tom's Take. I'm Tom Toole. Always appreciate you tuning in and seeing what we have to say about the real estate market. This week, I want to review escalation clauses. Right now, the market across the country is filled with competitive bidding situations, and buyers are looking for every edge to get the property. The mistake I see a lot of agents and a lot of buyers making is they're using escalation clauses and they're not using them in the right way to get the home. The goal is to get the property. If someone says to me or someone on our team, we want to get the home, there's a way to go about that. And escalation clauses, some people feel that they're the answer, when in reality they can hurt you more than they help you. So what is an escalation clause first? And I want to answer this very succinctly. An escalation clause is, let's say the asking price for the home is $400,000. So you write an offer, it's at $400,000. And the buyer is willing to escalate a certain amount above the $400,000 offer they made up to a cap. So let's say their cap is $410,000, and they're willing to go $1,000 higher than any other offer that comes in up to $410,000. So some people look at that, and some agents and some consumers look at that as a way to beat other offers that come in without paying too much money for the home. And here's the challenge I see, and this is something I've shared with agents, I've shared with clients, is when you get into these escalation competitive bidding situations, the seller's looking for a couple things. They're looking for someone that wants the home, and they're looking for someone that's going to make it a hassle-free transaction. So showing that you're only willing to go above the next most competitive bid by a small amount, like $1,000 when it's a $400,000 home, you're talking about 0.25%. That doesn't get people too excited. It doesn't show the seller that you're that aggressively pursuing the property. So the first mistake is people do not escalate significantly enough. My advice here, and what I've seen work, and my past clients have seen work, is that rather than escalate $1,000 higher than any other offer, do something significant. Escalate 1, 2, 3% above the highest offer and put a cap in that's going to make sense. Some homes are selling for $85,000, $100,000, $150,000 higher than the asking price right now. And this is where it's really important that you understand the comparable sales and you have your realtor walking you through that, where they're preparing you that this home will, not if, will sell above the asking price. So issue number one is not escalating significantly enough. Do something that's going to make it worthwhile for the seller. And conceptually, the second challenge I see with escalation clauses is, let's take the same numbers. We're willing to come in at $400,000, but we'll go to $500,000, but only $1,000 or $5,000 higher than any other offer that comes in. That tells the seller something very clearly. This person wants the home and they want to pay for it, but they're going to be really tough to work with. They're going to negotiate this very aggressively, and sellers in general do not want an aggressive negotiation. They're looking for a smooth and hassle-free transaction. So with that in mind, the concept of an escalation clause is great. I don't recommend them. Our team doesn't recommend them. In fact, if you want to get a home and you're in a multiple bid situation, I'm clear you should do one of two things. One, go in with your best number and make sure that you're willing to lose it past that price. And secondly, don't leave anything on the table. You would be surprised how sellers view these things. You may think it's a good idea, the seller may not. And the goal at the end of the day is to get the property. If you tell your agent, I want you to get this home for me, do something that's going to show the seller that. So that's a quick synopsis of escalation clauses, why I don't recommend them, and I would encourage you to ping me if you have any direct questions. If you want to learn more about this or you want to speak specifically about a property, you know where to reach me. And more importantly, thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next week with some great new content. Thanks for watching Tom's Take.